You know what? This is a very personal video blog, and I know that some people, when they hear what I have to say here, they're going to criticize me, they're going to complain about me, they're going to tell me to grow up and all that kind of stuff. But you know what? I just want to get it up because honestly, the least place that I would love to be working in this pandemic is in retail. I just got a job in retail at Walmart. I should be happy because I got a job, but I am not, honestly. My level of education, I got a bachelor in chemical engineering and I got a master's in environmental engineering that I finished in 2004. And I got the degree. And I also have in New York State, I'm an intern engineer. I have a certificate. What is an intern engineer, you may ask? Well, after you graduate from engineering, you take a test, what is called the fundamentals of engineering. If you pass that, then you get that certificate. In Puerto Rico, I also used to have a professional engineer's license, which is the next step after that, because after that you work for a while, you get some experience, and then you take the test, and they give you a license. Puerto Rico was different at the time, so that's why I was able to get my professional engineer's license. But then you have to keep up with continuing education, and so you can keep your license up to date. And my goal eventually was, after I finished engineering school, was to have my own consulting firm and work as an engineer. Design things. I like design. I like science. I like designing stuff to solve problems and help. And that was my goal. And my area was like water, wastewater. Um, I have worked as an engineer too. I worked as an engineer for the EPA for a while, in permits. And then I worked for New York State in the Division of Solid Waste and Hazardous Materials, specifically with solid waste, mostly landfills. Um, and I worked there for 3 years. But then 2008 hit. And 2008 meant that the state didn't have money to keep some of the state workers, so, fell through the cracks. So I had to leave the state position. And I've been trying to get back an engineer, but it has been very difficult. I've been trying to look into consulting because I like consulting. Um, it's more, it's something that I always been interested in, but I haven't had that opportunity. And I don't want to say that it's because I'm trans that I'm not getting that opportunity. Um, but it sucks because if you don't get experience in engineering, you get rusty, and like a job in retail doesn't help me. Not to get the license here in New York State. When I applied to get the professional engineer's license in New York State didn't give me the license, and they want me to get 2 more years of experience so that way I could get the license. But that job is very specific. It has to be in engineering. It cannot be in retail. Retail doesn't give me that experience to get my license in New York State. So, which is why I get frustrated whenever I get a job in retail, because it doesn't help me to get an engineering license. And as an engineer, I can earn more money than what I will ever earn working in a retail job. And that's the thing that frustrates me the most, because I went for a master's degree, I got into a shit ton of debt to end up working in retail. It's really depressing, honestly. Sometimes I wish I could start at zero, and that's just the way it is. Other than that, like, I still love other things that I have done because it's just my outlet. Wrestling, theater is my outlet, because if I have to work a job that doesn't, it's my dream, you know, I have to have something else to get my energy out. I created an Etsy shop so I could make things, because I have realized that I like making things. So I created an Etsy shop to make things, and things that I like. I go back in school again, because I wanted to get into the automotive mechanic field, but I may have to stop going to school because I don't have the money to pay for the tuition, and I need to work. I need money. Will be my fourth degree, because I already have an associate in theater arts and an associate in business administration and accounting. I make this. This was one of the best things that I did last year, was learning about automotive electricity and being able to design this circuit. This is just fantastic. It was something that I always wanted to learn. I knew the basics before because I had to take an electricity class in college for my engineering degree, but we never got into like talking more about wiring and selecting the sizes of gauge of wire and all that kind of stuff. It was a lot of theory though, and I could analyze a circuit in with complex equations, and it was very interesting. I did okay. I got an A in that, but this is practical, and this is something that I totally completely enjoy and had so much fun designing this and coming up with the idea to build it this way. I got an A. So that is who I am. And when people tell me that, oh, grow up, get a job, yeah, I'm doing that. And you know what? I hate it. And because we're still in a pandemic, I hate it even more. Because working in retail is just going to make me more exposed to possibly getting sick with the virus. And I'm a single person. And I don't have my family nearby. I haven't seen my family in 6 years. And I have to work in retail now in the middle of a pandemic. Let's just hope for the best, honestly. And if you're a customer, make sure to wear your